Bonjour année neuf, hello year 9. So what I'm going to do is just really quickly talk you through your bite-sized tasks for this week. So the tasks on page 6 and 7 are about speaking as well, which are kind of new to what we've done so far. So I'll talk you through that in more detail. But first of all, what you're going to do obviously is if you're doing it in your book, you're just going to do that in your book. And if you're doing it on a Google Doc, you are going to open up a Google Doc. If you call it something like bite-sized music, cinema and TV tasks, and put your name on it as well, actually, at the top, that would be really useful. So the first thing you are going to do is, once you've obviously clicked on the link, oh, not this, let me go back. Via to page 1, you're going to have your vocabulary. Okay, so all of this vocab is on entertainment media. So you can make a list. I've done it like this. So I've just put make a list of vocab in French and English here under these subheadings. That would be brilliant. So make sure you've got the French and the English. Maybe you've forgotten j'écoute de la musique tous les jours is I listen to music every day, or maybe you just forgot tous les jours is every day. You can just write that down. So that can be the beginning bit for page 1 with vocabulary. Then you have got some listening questions. So with the listening questions, you can just set them out nice and easily. So 1, 2, 3 and A, B or C. Remember as well, once you've done it, you can check the answer as well, and you can mark that in green, please. Perfect. Then on page 2, we have got some listening practice. So let's go over to page 2. Here we go. So page 2 is listening practice on TV and film. You're just going to write down the different type or the different genre that is mentioned. Okay, obviously listen to it, then write it down in English on here. So nice and easy. Obviously I haven't put the correct answers in, so make sure you listen to them properly and then correct them in green pen as well. So you've got those there. Then you're going to move on to page number 3. So page number 3, you've got listening and translation questions. So the listening questions, just as before, A, B, C, etc. Then when it comes to questions 4, 5 and 6, you've got translation to do. Obviously, if you're writing this out by hand, you don't have to write all of the French out. But if you're doing it on a Google Doc, it's going to be really useful for you if you've got it there, so you don't have to keep flicking back from each tab. So you've got it in French, and then you can just write the English underneath. So for 4, 5 and 6. Then on page 4, you have got a reading practice where, reading practice where you're describing a concert. Okay, so you're going to read through this and then answer these questions, preferably in sentences. So Chloe went to the concert whenever it was, and they were sitting wherever they were sitting, etc. And same for 3, 4 and 5 as well. One thing I forgot to say, back on page 3, if you make sure what you're writing is in like a different font, that's going to be much easier for me to have a look at and for you to keep track of as well. So make sure your font stays the same the whole time. Good, then we're going to move on to page 5. So on page 5, we have got reading and translation questions. So on a TV talent show, so you're going to read through and decide if these statements are true, false, or not mentioned. You can just write T, F, or NM. That is it. Or you can write true, false, or not mentioned. It's completely up to you. Then obviously for number 6, you're going to try and translate it. Again, if you put the French there and then you can do the English underneath, that's going to be much easier for you. And the same for number 7. Then this is where it gets trickier. So on page 6, you have got, let me just show you. So page 6, what you've got is an example role play. So when it comes to your speaking exam, you're going to be asked to do a role play. So that's one of the 3 parts. So in this role play, basically, you're going to have something that looks just like this. Okay? You're going to be told how to address the person. So if you're going to use vous or tu, and it's going to look just like this. So, vous parlez avec une employée dans un cinéma en France. So, if you think about what that might mean, I'll give you a second. So, you're speaking with an employee in a cinema in France. Your first bullet point is deux billets. So, have a think about what that might mean. Then, you've got quand vous voulez regarder le film. So, think about the question word, quand. Then, point number 3, les films d'horreur, votre opinion. What do you think you might have to do there? Then this thing here, the exclamation mark, is going to be a question that you have not prepared for, okay? It's going to be like a surprise question. Again, these questions are going to be really short and not that difficult to answer. The trick is not to panic when it comes up. I know that's really hard to do, but that's one way to stay kind of in control of the situation, because your answer just needs to be super, super short. And then the last point, you've got a question mark and it says combien, okay? The question mark is you have to ask the examiner, the person doing your speaking exam, a question. You need to include this word in it, okay? That's a really, really important tip, okay? Make sure you include this word. So, just to go over it, you've got deux billets, which is 2 tickets. Quand vous voulez regarder le film? When do you want to watch the film? Les films d'horreur, votre opinion. So you're going to have to give your opinion on horror films, your unprepared question, and the question you have to ask. So if I told you combien, if you can remember that, it's going to be how much or how many. Okay? So what you can do is, to help you, is have a look at this role play that's already there, and you've got the translation too. Okay, if you want to do it without looking at the example, that's absolutely fine. You're going to lay it out like this. Okay, so you can put this there. Then for each point, you're going to come up with your own answer. So for deux billets, you're going to be asking this person, because you're speaking to someone who works in a cinema in France, for 2 tickets. So you're going to need to think, how am I going to say I would like 2 tickets? Okay, so all you need to know is how to say I would like, and put that at the front. The second point, you've got quand vous voulez regarder le film. So normally, it doesn't tell you like what time you need to do stuff in the actual speaking exam, but for this one, right, it says you need to buy 2 tickets for the 5:30 screening. So what you need to work out how to do is say, I would like tickets for I would like to watch the film at 5:30. Yeah, think about how you would say that in French. Your third point is les films d'horreur, so your opinion. So super easily, you're just going to say something like, I love horror films, I think they are interesting. Or, I hate horror films because they are scary. Yeah, whatever you like. Then this one, so this is your unprepared question, okay? Again, your answer is going to be super, super, super short. So if you have a look here on the transcript, you can cheat and find out what the question is going to be anyway. So we've got here. So, vous payez en espèces ou par carte bancaire? So, are you paying in cash or with a bank card? So, super easily there, you can just say, as they've done here, in cash, or you could just say par carte bancaire. Super easy. You're literally just using what they've said to you. Okay, that's it. Then for the last one, you've got a question mark. So you need to ask, logically, thinking about you're at the cinema, right? If you're going to ask a question saying how much or how many, it's probably going to be how much are the tickets? Or you can just say, how much is it? Yeah, that's all you need to do there. Okay, so you've got your examples here that I've done. Again, if you don't want to look at the examples and you just want to do it by yourself, you absolutely can. That is fine. If you have any questions whatsoever about this, please do let me know on Google Classroom, okay? Because it is really important that we're having a look at this now. So you've got that one on page 6. And again, if you want to do this one for foundation, that's absolutely fine. If you want to do the one on page 7, which is higher, you absolutely can do. Or if you want to do both, please do both, definitely, yeah? So remember, read this stuff first, then have a go, okay? Once you've done that, what I would like you to do is have a go at the test. So the test is on this bit here, the little Q on it. So you're going to have a go at the test. I'm not going to do it now, or shall I? There we go. Here's some random ones I'm clicking. Oh, let's see. Check score. 1 out of 10, how sad. But what I'd like you to do is just make sure you've got a screenshot of this there, okay? As well, what might be really useful for you too is if you write these sentences out correctly and translate them, okay? That's something extra you can do, but I think that's going to be really useful for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you could do that for. Yeah, that would be brilliant. Okay, so again, if you've done all of that, once you've done the test, make sure you attach that picture. You can attach it separately, or you can put it on your Google Doc. That's absolutely fine. Your extension is going to be to watch this little video here. So you're going to watch it. And if you're really struggling with understanding it, that is absolutely fine. What you can do is download the transcript and you can read along as well. So the transcript is basically exactly what she's saying. Okay, right, if you have got any questions whatsoever, Year 9, please do let me know, comment on Google Classroom, and I can get back to you and help you. Okay, bon chance, good luck.